Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic of the day is going to be about a song, and just a song in particular. I've listened to a lot of different genres over the years and everything. One genre that I sometimes like to listen to, it's a country song. I don't know who the writer is. Those Crazy Christians. That's what it's called. You would think it'd be like, oh, offensive, but it's really not an offensive song at all. I forget who sings it. One song that I recently heard for the first, well, it wasn't my first time hearing the song, or I know, it was a Carrie Underwood song, and I know who Carrie Underwood is. I know she won American Idol. I know, I really haven't kept up with her career, but I know that she had some kind of issue. I don't know if it was a health issue or something, and she had to have, like, I think she got attacked or something by a dog. I don't know. If you know, please let me know in the comments so that I will know. Thank you very much. She sings this, I was listening to just this random mix of music, and then this song came on. It shows you what song's coming up next. And it said it was called Just a Dream. And I know that there's another artist that has another song called Just a Dream. Nelly. There we go. Nelly has a song called Just a Dream. I knew about that song. I was about to skip it because it's just not my kind of a song. But then I realized it wasn't Nelly. It was by Carrie Underwood. So the song is called Just a Dream. And I was like, I wonder what it's about. So I heard it. And it's like, it's so interesting. This is the kind of song. And I think I posted this on Facebook, I think. I just put, like, this is the kind of song that is so beautiful, and it's so beautifully written, and it's got beautiful lyrics, it's got a beautiful melody, but it's a song you would never want to hear. Because it's such a song that brings out so many, especially for those that can relate to it, like I can, in a certain way. So I see the Vivo thing here, the picture of her in a car. I think she's in a car talking to someone. She looks so young. This must have been like 14, 15 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's take a look at the music video and then do the reaction. And then I'll talk more about why it's personal to me and why it's so beautiful. And it falls into a category where it's like, oh, it's such a beautiful song, but when it starts playing, you're like, oh, goodness gracious, all these feelings are gonna come back and all these things. 90 million views 14 years ago. Wow. And Nelly, Just a Dream, official music video, has a song also called Just a Dream, and it has 766 million views compared to her 90 million views. Let's see the video, then let's do the reaction, and I'll talk about more about the lyrics and all that good stuff later. Okay, now I see why this song only has, 90 million views compared to Nelly's, which has like 700 and, I don't know, what was it? 766 versus her 90. I don't think I could watch this video twice in a row. It's such a sad video. Okay, first of all, I love her in the whole beginning part with the white and the wedding gown, and it's beautiful. I personally think wedding gloves are tacky, but I think hers are actually, they're beautiful. I love her wedding gloves. I've never liked wedding gloves before, and I've done a couple of wedding plannings, for people, and I always say no to the gloves. No, just no glove, please. And but I really like the gloves she has on, and it carries very well over to when, because she sings the song like she's walking down the aisle, about to get married, everything's going great. There's petals falling on her hair and everything. You can see a picture of her and him kissing. And then all of a sudden, her facial expression changes from happiness to like shock to like sadness. And that's when the whole transition begins. Her whole dress, I love that transition that they did. And they rang one last shot, and it felt like a bullet in her heart. I love the little hat they gave her for that dress. And again, she's wearing gloves, which is, I think, appropriate for a funeral. But that, wow, that hat is beautiful. And then I love how just the same way they have the petals falling, the white petals falling down. Looking at this, I noticed something real quick. When she is walking in as a bride, there's petals falling down and there's beautiful petals and everything, and she's wearing all white. When the transition happens and it goes into, you know, her black dress and her veil disappears and her hat appears, there's petals again, and this time they're black, but instead of floating down, the petals are floating up. Oh, and that last shot right there when she's just standing there with the casket and the folded up flag. Oh my goodness, that is just so sad. They have the lyrics, just a dream. The trumpets from the military band and the flowers fell out of her hand. I love lyrics that rhyme. And then they rang one last shot and it felt like a bullet in her heart. Yeah, so beautiful song. And again, this falls into a category of songs that doesn't have a lot. I don't think I have a playlist for this kind of a song in my playlists, because it's a beautiful song, beautifully written, beautiful music video, beautiful singer. But it's like, oh my goodness, just to hear it, it drains you. It's like, you think you're gonna hear a beautiful ballad, just a dream. Oh, living with you is just like a dream. But then you realize what it's about, and you hear the lyrics, and then you imagine of how many people actually have to go through that. My brother was actually in the army, and we kind of went through a similar thing like that. He was not like in this kind of a way. My brother and I were like born 14 years apart, which, by the way, if you're gonna have kids, have them close together. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to have a 14-year-old brother and then a little kid that wants to like follow you around, and you're like 14 and you want to be a teenager and you just want to be like whatever. I don't want no terrible two behind me. So I basically felt like I grew up alone. But anyway, and we got the same message about some wound that hadn't healed. And as a 27-year-old strong, big, young man, everybody was like, oh, they can they're like, oh, well, it's turned into the big C word that everybody hates to hear, the cancer. And everybody was like, oh, he'll definitely beat it through chemo and everything. I've seen people like do chemo, and I know chemotherapy, or at least what I know about it is that chemotherapy doesn't know what's a cancer cell and what's a regular cell. It just burns everything that it touches. But everybody was like, oh, he's 27, he's tall, he's strong, he's gonna be able to. He was able to do it one time, and then he was like, no, I don't want any of that again. Basically took the life out of him, because he was just like, no, I don't want that again. I'm not going through that again, never. A couple of weeks after that, and then he was resting in peace. And it was very difficult at the time. One of the songs that would be on my list to put this Just a Dream song would be Celine Dion's All By Myself song. Those two songs would definitely be on that list, because those two songs are just incredibly sad. I really like I said, I haven't followed Carrie Underwood's career very much. I know she did American Idol. But from all of the different things that I see here, let's see. I can't believe she has so many little subscribers. I'm gonna subscribe. Okay, these are her popular songs, I guess. Okay, Before He Cheats, I have not heard that song. If I Didn't Love You, I have not heard that song. Okay, so Before He Cheats was 14 years ago, so that must have been one of her earlier hits. If I Didn't Love You, it's 2 years ago. So I haven't heard that one. Jesus Take the Wheel, I have heard that song and I love it. It's got 91 million views. I think that was her first single to come out. And I was actually surprised that it had the name Jesus in it, because I was like, they're not going to take her seriously. If they're going to think, if the public thinks she's going to become a Christian artist, they're not going to really take her seriously. But then once you hear the lyrics and everything, it's like, okay, it makes sense. And yeah, Jesus Take the Wheel. I totally agree with that. The Champion, Something Bad, Remind Me, Church Bells, Blown Away, Good Girl, Two Black Cadillacs. I've never heard any of these songs. Something Bad. Does she have a song called Wasted? Carrie Underwood. Wasted. Yes, she does have a Carrie Underwood. 14. So this is one of her earlier hits. Okay. Standing at the back, thirsty, trying to make a fast. That would be a part right goes back. Well, and I'm gonna take it. I don't wanna spend my life jaded, waiting to wake up one day and find that I've let all these years go by. Yes, I remember this song very well. Anyway, thank you all for watching this, and I'll go ahead and make sure to edit it as much as I can so that you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing. I promise you. Talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, share. If you know a favorite one and you'd like to let me share it with me, go ahead. I'd love to look at it and see it or hear it. I'm always looking for a good song to hear. So talk to y'all later. Bye.